Fuck yeah! This is Redman coming to you live from the World Famous Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 3. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Hello, everybody. Wow, the electricity in this room is so powerful that when I walked in, I just blew one of the fucking light bulbs out. Give it up for that. That's how much power I have now. It's unbelievable. The dark side really is much more fun than being a Jedi. Thank you. Good to be here. Hello. Happy Monday to you. You guys ready for the craziest show in the world or what, you motherfuckers? Here with the great Brian Redban, everybody.
Hi, guys.
We got Jamie Vernon on the HD back there. Fuck yeah. The one, the only. House artist Ryan J. Ebelt with a blank sheet of paper in front of him. He draws every single episode. His prints are available at ryanjebelt.com. And guys, the band, Pat Reagan, Jeremiah Watkins. It's Reagan and Watkins, everybody. Pat Reagan, the band leader. We love this. Pat, you used to be a one-man band. Now it seems like Jeremiah's in the fold. You've brought on more power behind you. You got that sax.
Yeah, picked up a secret weapon, Jeremiah Watkins.
Wow, look at that. I like how you moved the mic away after that. Like you will possibly never have anything better to say than that for the rest of the night. Like you really moved that mic far away from your mouth.
As good as it gets.
All right. Wow, okay, there it goes. Guys, welcome to the show. Here we are, the ranked number one live podcast in the world. You guys have made it here. Ranked, no big deal. No big deal. We did that. No big deal. Always fun. This is, we're having tons of fun, and we are here. Seattle date's canceled. We got to tell you that right off the bat. If you heard about Seattle, we're moving that to a different place, different venue, different dates, so stay tuned for that. We have a lot of fun things coming up. Vancouver.
420. We've been going to Vancouver every year for 420, so we're returning this year again to Vancouver.
Yes, it's going to be unbelievable. And also, I'm doing Cap City in Austin and some other fun dates. Chicago, traveling the country, doing stand-up. So check that out. And my Netflix special, One Shot. Hello. Yeah. And I also made shirts that aren't selling at all for my special with the Crown Royal ball. It's not that cool, I guess. People have told me they don't like the shirt, so fuck it. You thought you think you have a good idea sometimes, and people are like, "That's a pretty ugly shirt, dude." It's like, fuck. All right, guess I made an ugly shirt. Hey, sometimes I only have to sell 25 to make my money back, guys. So limited edition, we'll call them.
I'm surprised like the alcoholics haven't grabbed them. Does PDC have one?
No. I don't give them away for like free either.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. It's like, I don't think any of my friends are gonna sell my merch by wearing it.
Well, Boone had one of my shirts the other day. He was selling, I gave a shirt to somebody, and then they gave it to Boone, and then Boone sold it back to somebody else.
That's how it works. That's the Comedy Store way. I'm so happy you're all here. We're going to have a blast tonight. This is a show where comedians watch comedians do comedy, and then we talk to them about comedy or anything in the world. For this show, we always have two of the funniest guests in the world, always, and this week is no different. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. It's Al Madrigal and Jessica Michelle Singleton, everybody. Boom. Come on in, guys.
This is awesome. Is this on?
Hi.
How are you? Hey, Brian.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Jessica Michelle Singleton, first time ever on Kill Tony. She
Hi,
has the
everyone.
#1 album in comedy right now on iTunes. #1.
Yay! I'm number 1.
And we're going to try to keep you there. Welcome to the show.
This is awesome. Judging comedians I've never seen or heard of before with a comedian I've never seen or heard of before.
The great Al Madrigal. Kill Tony, super regular.
Sorry, I've never met her.
We know.
Congratulations.
This is truly an
Daily
honor.
show. So
For
many great
you.
specials. Al, you're one of our favorites. Welcome back.
My wife, when I left the house, said, "Be nice." And I've already fucked that up. And so I really am going to try to be nice to everybody.
Al, you have one of the
I wish
great
you all
running
the best.
storylines of guests on this show because you were one of the ones that was extremely nice your first time on, and then you came back saying, "You know what? I think I was a little bit too nice," and you got notoriously mean. A fan favorite of many of the Kill Tony listeners immediately.
Actually, after that, I got a couple. Which, by the way, since then not since then, but I took Twitter off my phone. I fucking hate it. But people did tweet at me saying how mean I was, and
well, they like
if you
it.
want, I'll let you guys decide if you want honest answers. You want me to just fucking be nice to you. We'll let you guys pick.
This is also your first time being on the show since the addition of a saxophone player. What are your thoughts about that's when you blow in the sax, Jeremiah. There you go.
I still don't know why you guys are here. I really don't. I don't think
we're going to have a trombone player with us next week. So.
The horse of truth has already made its way into tonight's show. You'll hear that horse anytime something super honest has been said. You guys ready to get the show started or what? We have initiated contact with our guests. This is the part where I explain for maybe the 2 or 3 people that are new here tonight that haven't seen the show before. We talk to comedians after they do 60 seconds of stand-up comedy by getting pulled out of this bucket. They signed up earlier. They're in the very, very backs and fire exits of the room, huddled on top of one another, hoping to get pulled out of this bucket. If they do, they perform 60 seconds. Comedians, you know your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. Aw, that means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear.
Jesus.
There you go.
Now, I've said this every single time I've come here. I don't know why you'd ever subject yourself to this. I certainly wouldn't. I think it's a huge fucking mistake. But let's see how this one goes.
Every single episode is always a blast. And we're going to do it again because anything can happen. That's what's beautiful is sometimes we find some of the new best comedic talent that just moved here, and sometimes it's the complete opposite. And no matter what, after 60 seconds, we're all going to get through it. You ready for your first comedian tonight, everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Laugh track. That's where we sweeten up the audio a little bit. Okay. We've seen her on the show before. She's back again. Put your hands together for Courtney Banks, everybody.
Banks, yeah.
So crazy.
I'm going to talk to you guys about something really serious. Because comics gossip a lot, just so you guys know. But I just want to get this in the air. I'm black, so you guys know. I know it's very difficult, probably because I have a perfect nose. You can take a look at it right here, actually. Thanks. I actually had a white woman ask me if I had plastic surgery, and I was like, no. Actually, somebody was probably raped some point in my family. Not me or like my mother or my grandmother, but probably like her mother or her grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Just, and if you're white, you don't have to feel bad like you right there. It's fine. It's like not your father or your grandfather, but probably like his father or his grandfather. And it's like a hard ER that I'm putting on that because only we can do that. Like it's our thing. But don't feel bad because thank you for the nose. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that. I'm going to stop there.
That's exactly a minute. Courtney Banks.
Happy President's Day. Huh? Jefferson.
Do you want to go first?
No.
Hi, Courtney.
Hey.
How are you?
How was that compared to the other times you've been on the show? You've been on, what, 2 or 3 times now? Once before.
Once. I don't know. He looks like he hates me. This is going to be terrible.
I look like I hate everybody.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
worry about it. I thought it was fine. How long you been doing it?
Like 7 months.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can't expect it to be that great. Right? No.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Whoa, there it is, the horse of truth.
No. I mean, in 7 months, you're still figuring out. Like the first 3 years, I don't think it's like I was horrible, and yeah, it's tough. So, and how's it been going? Has everybody been nice?
Yeah, nice enough. Whatever.
Yeah, and where are you getting spots?
I go as many places as I can.
You do it how many times a week? Do you think?
Probably like 7. Yeah,
That's
like
great.
4.
See,
Like probably like
trying
7, 8.
is hard. Like that, putting in the effort. Because when I was here before, people weren't really trying. There were a lot of dabblers. And I fucking hate, right? Remember all the fucking dabblers?
Yeah, a lot of
and
dabblers.
Commercial actors trying to, but you clearly want this, right?
Yeah.
And great. What do you? I mean, do you have any questions?
Well, I mean, I do about that premise because it's like
The premise is, I mean, it's right out of. If you want me to be honest, it's right out of fucking Judy Carter book. Like, hey, this is how I look. Let me draw attention. Like, I know I look like such and such. I'm half this and half this. And that means I love eating. You know. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
I just don't want to like talk about anything too like. I'm a girl.
No, it's also a fucking minute. I mean, how much are you going to get into? So, but a lot of comedians talk about what I look like. I look like this. I look like that. And maybe it's, I don't know. You can get into something else. But, yeah, I always liked talking about what is very true to me that no one else can fucking do. So you got sort of that. And you guys have
What do you do for
anything
work, Courtney?
I don't have a job.
Oh, great.
Oh, you
That's
say that
even
with
better.
so much pride.
I do. I was a waitress and I hated it. So.
Oh, I like how you still dress like one. You could take the waitress. All right. Where were you a waitress at?
Cabo Cantina in
Holy
Hollywood.
shit.
Yeah, I wanted to
Wow.
fucking kill myself.
Oh, wait. Wow. That's
Yeah.
incredible. What was like some terrible shit you had to deal with? That's one of those places where you guys give away like free multicolored shots.
You have to sell like mega margaritas and shit, and I just wanted to like I would just like cry and chain smoke every day. So.
Do you know how... I was just going to ask if you knew how to play it, but you do know how to play that saxophone. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. All right. Well, maybe we'll hear some later. So, yeah, I guess this is going okay.
Yeah, that's
This is
fun.
me being super nice.
No, yeah, you're definitely being nice on this one. I like that.
That was definitely your best set on Kill Tony.
I've only done one other one.
Yeah.
How was the other one? Like, I don't know.
I remember the last one wasn't that, it wasn't structured at all. It was kind of confusing or something. But
Yeah,
this
I
at
messed
least,
up a word, and I was like so nervous.
Yeah, this one at least, I kind of saw where you're going at. Just keep on going. You can't
Jessica,
really
how
say
long
much.
you been on stand-up?
6 years.
6 years.
I'm a-
What
I'm a
advice
baby.
do you have for?
I would
7 months
probably
in?
just tack on that, and it's gonna sound insulting, but I didn't hear the first one. But you definitely do have like a premise there. That's a good premise, but I do think he's right about drawing attention to the way you look. I think especially women do that, and you run into this weird line that women always walk, where it's like, oh, if you're not like hideous and you bring up your appearance, you might lose people in the audience.
That's true. Like, I think that if you're going to make fun of your not black nose, then you should make fun of, your super black hair or something.
Yeah,
like
well,
that,
also
you know
it
what I mean? Like, acknowledge it, make fun of yourself.
I only had a minute.
Yeah. Also,
Okay,
in
well,
the
that's
best
good.
way, it
That's
would
a good
have to
point.
be like a really like in the nicest way. You'd have to have like a really perfect nose to
I mean,
be like
I really do like
to be like it's a very because people it's not a, you're not that's not standing out. So like if you're gonna make fun of something, especially I mean I know this is an opener, but like you come out and you acknowledge something. I think it has to be something that people are going what's like what's happening there?
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense?
And then after everything you say, you got to say, but what the fuck do I know? I've only been doing it 6 years.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
That's actually everything I say.
Courtney, anything crazy happening in the past month that you've noticed is different than the beginning? You making friends? Any drama?
What drama?
I just remember a roast battle that you had that I was I was at this roast battle a few weeks ago, and you were battling.
Yeah, I feel like you should have. I don't know. Like, yeah, it was an
Whoa,
interesting.
now
roast
you're
battle.
now you're talking all of a sudden.
Yes, it was a good roast battle. Yeah, Lindsay Jennings was a great opponent, and it was fun. Are you talking about we kissed afterwards? Is that what you want me to say?
No, I don't want you to say anything.
Because I heard you talked about that on a podcast.
What?
I heard you talked about that on a podcast.
Oh wow, what was that? Oh yeah,
I am
Legion of
confused
Skanks.
as fuck. Are you guys confused as fuck? What's going on?
Well,
This
yeah,
is
she's,
too
she's
inside
going
baseball
inside joke about
comedy.
it, but I did on the Legion of Skanks podcast, which was so much fun when I was in New York City. They brought up roast battle, and they talked about has anybody tried to fight? And I go, the one I went to last week, the two chicks that were almost like against each other ended up making out at the end of the entire thing.
Yeah, rage and love are next door to each other.
Yeah.
All right, crazy.
Push that mic away from your face, please. Courtney, it was nice meeting you. There you go,
Thank
Courtney
you.
Banks,
Great job,
everybody.
Do we normally spend
She's
so
on-
long?
Baby, baby!
Yeah.
That That was good.
Push it real good.
Oh, I like that.
was
Look
good.
at that. They're
All right.
putting their heads together again.
I've always been hard on the musical guest or whatever this fucking is, and that was pretty good.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. This looks like a newer name. Put your hands together for Daniel Boucher, everyone.
Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? Wow, look at this crowd. You know, I've been single for 2 years now, divorced actually for 2 years now, and I still feel single. And I was leaving the house today, and I said bye to my ex-wife and the kids, and you know, I'm just, you know, I'm still trying to work it out. I feel, you know, I've been trying the dating. I'm 40 years old. I have no idea how to date anymore. So I've been trying the online stuff, and I'm doing OkCupid. It's for the older people. And, you know, they ask you questions. You have to fill out your sexuality and, you know, heteroflexible, bisexual, all this stuff. You know, I love pussy, right? I do. I love women. Total empowerment. Love women. And anyway, you know, yeah, you know, it's, I do, but I'll tell you, this fantasy I've had lately is...
Thank you very much! That West Hollywood bear comes out of nowhere, man. You learn quick.
What is the?
I feel like they're all applauding the bear.
Yeah, they are.
The bear did great. Yeah.
What is the name of the cook that gets up during
El
flowers?
Docho.
Yes,
El Docho, yeah.
And I love pussy.
I love that. Yeah.
You guys have the same. That was fucking horrible.
Thank you.
From
Horse of Truth. Third Horse of Truth. Fourth. Wow.
You know what was terrible about it is how much you cared. Like when you ran to stage, and I looked at Tony. I was like, oh, I fucking hate him already. I really did. But it's like you're trying too hard. You probably should have started with right away and got into it. I'm not. Do you have an ending to that? Is there anything to it?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
You want to do
Yeah,
it?
Go for it.
Holy shit.
It was very Woody Allen. I mean, just I felt like I was listening to Woody Allen
Yeah, but
talk.
Woody Allen's
Oh,
funny.
but, yeah, without the funny part.
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah,
or any of the personality.
Just like, yeah, complaining part.
Here's
Go
what-
ahead,
Yes.
Jeremiah. What are you going to say?
Yes.
What is the end of it? I
Uh,
love pussy.
the end of it was that there's this thing, you know, women think I'm a creep,
Yes.
or
Also very Woody Allen.
yes, or they're really into me, or there's no in between, right? And so, for me, but I love this. I don't want not to be gross, but I love to give oral more than I like to receive it.
Okay,
right?
you have the
Here's-
energy
No, this
of
is
a
great,
serial
but we're
killer.
the
Yeah.
Here's what I think.
GQ.
I'm
Can I
just still
say-
waiting for what's the funny part?
Who just mumbles and stumbles and then goes, oh, what I'm trying to say
Can I
is
say
I
something?
love to give oral.
But that's sort of funny, but
Everyone who's ever gone down on me.
yeah. But that's really funny. I mean, maybe if you did just mumble through the whole thing and then like end up, I guess what I'm saying is I love oral and I love pussy, or is that it
No,
could be
no.
funny, I guess. But just not the way you did it.
Here's-
and
What's really happening? Like, are you really divorced?
Yes,
And what happened?
You're
there?
40
Like,
also?
I am.
Really?
Lord
Yes.
help me.
and then how long have you been trying this?
This is the first night tonight.
Oh.
Wow, look at
okay.
that.
All right,
there you go. That makes
Can I-
sense.
There you go.
Great. If you were going to tell me that you were a 10-year vet, I was going to be very disappointed.
No. And look again. I'll
I
tell
don't know what that
everybody,
sound is, by the way.
It's so hard to get up, especially. This is not the situation where I think I got baked, and I went up. I was in San Francisco when I went up the first time, and I smoked pot, walked out. It was fucking horrible. It went so horribly wrong. But to do it on a podcast,
Where it's just out
great.
there forever.
yeah.
Can I give you like
Friends.
a note? I think you're like sort of a good-looking guy, or you dress good-looking, so people have the illusion that you're good-looking. And here's the thing: is that I think that when people perceive you as good-looking, you have the luxury in normal life of people pretending that what you're saying is interesting. And I mean that as a serious note, that like you have to have jokes. Like people like at a bar, a girl will be like, he's funny. Like maybe he's rich. Like I don't know, but like when you get on
That's
stage,
exactly it.
that's right,
Is that why you started doing this? Did girls tell you that you're funny?
Has anyone told you that you're funny?
His ex-wife.
Yeah, on occasion, yes. But
Yeah.
she's
No,
pretty
that's
honest.
how
She's
it
pretty
starts.
honest,
You make
yeah.
your friends laugh, and then like the 5 different levels of funny where you're making your friends
Yeah.
laugh, and then you make other people laugh, and then hopefully you'll get to the second part. But it's tough.
Daniel, what do you do for work?
I
You're
work-
dressed like you're your own agent.
He probably is.
He looks like a tailor for a magician. Think about it. Men's Warehouse.
Yes. No, I work in.
No, if he was a tailor for a magician, he'd have something up his sleeve. But he had nothing tonight.
Horrible.
He's got roofies
You can have
up
that.
his sleeve.
What?
His comedy.
No. What do you do?
I work in solar, renewable energy.
Of course.
Solar man.
So do you
Yes.
sell it, or are you an engineer?
No,
or-
no, I'm not. I handle the engineering.
Yeah.
What do you do exactly?
Always funny. Engineers are
That
always
explains
funny.
the lack of personality. Yeah.
No,
Historically.
no. High school graduate. High school graduate. Yes, exactly. Yeah. No.
You graduate from high school. That's good.
Almost.
Thank you. Good.
How long have you been divorced?
I think it's just over 2 years.
And why?
You have to ask?
Why we weren't meant for
Definitely
each other.
not because
Yes.
you love
And you
giving
do have-
oral so
you do
much.
have-
No, well, no, that part still works out. That's the only part of our marriage that still works.
That held you together.
Tony,
Yes.
I actually didn't hear that he said that he was divorced, so I just thought you were assuming he was divorced by the way he looks.
Yeah.
So how long have you been divorced?
All right, I'd like to keep moving faster.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you
Goodbye.
very much. Thank you.
Congratulations, Daniel Boucher. Boucher.
Let's get some more people up here. Let's
do
put
it.
up some serious numbers.
I like that.
Let's keep moving.
Put your hands together for Avery McKinney, everyone. Here we go. All right. No Avery McKinney, so I'm going to pull another name out of the bucket.
Oh,
Is
it's
that-
right here.
Is that
He's
really
coming.
him?
Forever. Are you gonna do it?
No, it's
You
not
coming?
you.
It's not him.
Is he coming?
Is that Avery McKinney or
No,
not?
that's
No.
not.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Guy going
And I
to the
pulled
bathroom.
another name out of the bucket. The name is Justin Freshman.
Valentine's Day killed me financially. I had to get my girlfriend a dozen roses. She normally charges $200. Okay. I stink. Don't worry. I stink. We have to beat last year. We have a 3 years anniversary. I have the police report to prove it. We went to a Black Lives Matter protest. She wanted to take pictures, and I wanted to get my wallet back.
You have 20 more seconds if you want to do anything else.
One more stinker, okay. I got into reselling Air Jordans. It's pretty good. I'm heavily in the Puerto Rican stock market. I lost my job recently, and I'd rather get the Zika virus than work on my resume. That's it.
Fuck yeah, Justin Freshman. What's your story, Justin? You're pretty new too, right?
Yeah, pretty new.
How new are you?
Well, I lost my job on Martin Luther King Day, so I got the balls
Shocking.
to go up.
What job was that?
Like a warehouse job in West Covina.
Wow.
What kind of warehouse?
It's a racist warehouse.
Men's
Like
warehouse.
Yeah,
A warehouse
like,
full of
uh,
racists.
Just reselling Jordans.
just general labor stuff.
When's Martin Luther King
How old are
Day?
you?
Wait, did you-
26.
Did you get fired on Martin Luther King Day because you're racist?
No,
It seems like it.
I'm
Seems like it.
planning that
Did you
story.
come in wearing a cape and a hood?
I actually overslept.
Did you try that material there?
No. Yeah, I.
How
trying
many
to
times were you
turn-
late before you showed up late on Martin Luther King Day?
Well, it was general labor, so I thought we had the holiday, but that was like my sixth absence.
Oh.
So our dreams were a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was sad.
Oh, that was
sad ending to
Just
that one.
when you're
was a
having
b-
normal conversations, don't make jokes like that. Just
right.
like have a straight conversation because it drives me fucking crazy. I hate doing crowd work and then
I
having
read the
the audience
KK.
members just trying to fucking be funny. It makes me nuts.
I love this. I
So
I love this look that you have, by the way. I feel like this is what the last guy dresses like when he's getting rid of the bodies in the woods.
Or in the warehouse. That's
Right.
Looks like a sniper for hire.
Have you ever sniped before? What's your story? What are you into? What are your hobbies?
Well, I came out here on a comedy vacation from New Mexico, so I got a sketchy
comedy vacation.
Southwest
The joke was
background.
that you wanted to make it in show business.
Whoa, Jesus, Pat.
Oh,
God.
God damn.
You know,
Is Al Madrigal throwing his voice over here? What's going on?
So you came out here from that was where your job was, New Mexico?
Yeah, and then
how old are you?
26.
Okay. And
So-
you always want to do stand-up?
Well, I saw it at the Comedy Store, and then I got a job in West Covina. And then when that ended, I finally got some balls, and I'm not racist. I'm just dumb. Those weren't.
Well,
those were
that's
half-written
one of the
jokes.
main parts of being racist.
I feel like, yeah.
Pretty sure you're racist.
That's darn right.
What's your craziest interaction you've ever had with someone of a different race?
Selling Jordans to
I
them.
can't even hold my face up and ask that
No.
question.
Dude, you really do resell Jordans? Do you have
I
Jordans?
did one time, and I thought it was a little funny, so I wrote something for that. Forgot half of it.
Oh, it gets
I gotta
better?
go. I got a show at the Grand Wizard's house.
Well, I see what you did there. You went for it.
Trying to bomb.
Your jokes actually were pretty decent, man, for such a small period of time on stage. I actually enjoyed it, especially the first one with the roses. You know, that's only going to get all the sickos in the audience.
Yeah, of course,
so.
Red Band. Red Band like cracks up, and I'm like, of course, Red Band's like on Craigslist looking for hookers, and he's like, I get it, yes.
No, it's great. I mean,
But it's great if that's your target audience, which it sounds like it might be.
But
Is your last name really Freshman?
yeah, that's
Really?
my real name.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
see a woman
Drunks
and a
in
man
hiding.
have
Come from a
sex.
long line of freshmen?
Yeah, Southwest relocation. I don't know.
Oh, I see.
And how long have you been doing it?
This is my 5th time on stage. I
Oh.
just go up at the ha-ha.
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Well,
You're
congratulations.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You're funny.
I hate
Justin?
the ha-ha. I just went recently, and I'm just too tired to fucking deal with people talking the entire time. It looks like a Mexican restaurant turned into a strip club and then turned into a comedy club.
The new one? Have you been to the new one?
Yeah.
Oh.
With all the different colored lights, though, it was like it could have been a good room, and they're like, you know what we need? More different colored lights.
For those of you podcast listeners that are loving this
I'm a
ha-ha
fucking
conversation
baby.
right now.
Yeah.
I prefer the har bistro.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I'm more of a har.
Working 3 for 7 tonight from Pat Reagan. For those of you keeping up on your Kill Tony bingo cards, he's 3 for 7 tonight.
All right, but 5th time on stage, not so bad, right?
Yeah,
Totally, yeah.
All right. See you later, Justin.
Justin, there you go. I love it. He's already dressing like Dave Attell. He's unstoppable. One person knows what Dave Attell dresses like.
Dave
I
Attell,
like
look.
that.
Yeah.
Hoodie
It's
and
beautiful.
Hoodie and a ball cap.
How
We
many?
didn't-
What's the record for? How many have you gone through?
I think we're on pace to set a nice record.
Let's
here
go. Let's
tonight.
go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's bang
This
them out.
person's been on the show quite many times. She's one of the people that were
Then
here
fucking
from the
pick a
very
new person.
beginning. Put your hands together for Sarah Kenny, everybody. They always do a new minute.
What?
Yeah, always a new minute.
All right. Ah.
You guys ever sneeze so hard you get your period? You know, every time adults see a little kid they haven't seen in a while, they always say the same thing. They're like, oh my God, you're getting so big. You know, kids get tired of hearing the same thing over and over. That's why when I see my little niece and nephew, I kind of mess with them a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, are you getting smaller? That's not right, I don't think. So there's this food activist, and the way that she became famous was like she would petition these companies to remove harmful additives from their food. But it's kind of silly because like the companies she picks are like Krispy Kreme. And you know, if you're worried about toxins in your Krispy Kreme, it's like worrying if your heroin is organic. It's not. And what's even left when you take all the additives out of a Krispy Kreme? It's like dust in your hand. So did you know that keeping the exterior of your car clean all the time will have no effect on your life whatsoever? All right, thanks.
Sarah Kenny. Sarah Kenny. Sarah, you've been on the show a bunch of times. How long have you been on stand-up now?
So 3 years.
3 years and you still don't know to talk into the microphone. I love that. Still behind you. You can grab that at any
How long
point.
have you been
Sarah.
wrangling cables?
I don't know if you think we have a boom operator in here. But
I didn't sleep much last night. I'm on low.
Why
energy.
is that?
Well, I have some family in town, and actually they were going to be here tonight, but they got even drunker than me last night, so they're just at home recovering.
Where'd you guys all drink at?
They rented a house up in Hollywood Hills.
Where are they visiting from?
Chicago.
How much family?
My brother, sister-in-law, and then there were 2 little kids.
Oh wow! You still came out to do this when they're all here.
I did. Well, they're just.
No, that's impressive.
That's
I'm impressed by
dedication.
that. That's totally dedication. I'm into it. And then you seem like every single comedian I started with in San Francisco, and no, that's a fine thing to say. You really did. I could name 12 comics that you remind me of, and it's not a bad thing. So
I see that San Francisco thing. She also rides her bike here, so that's another San Francisco thing.
It's true.
cool. And then you've always wanted to do this. You've always wanted to do this, or how did this happen? Why are you here?
I did. I wanted to do it for a long. I tried improv like years ago, and I kind of liked it, but it wasn't quite a good fit. And then I liked this because I had more control over it. You know, it's all I write it all.
What did I say to you, Jeremiah, when you asked me to do your show up here?
Oh, you're like, no, that sounds stupid.
I said, what does your show? Describe it to everybody, where the audience throws out suggestions.
Yeah, it's called Stand Up on the Spot. You create material based on audience
improv.
suggestions. It's improv.
And,
so Al was like, he goes, no. People suggesting what I talk about? That sounds horrible. No.
Yeah, I hate the fucking audience. You guys are great. But I really do. I hate giving the crowd any power at all. So, fuck improv. It's horrible.
No, and I don't even do crowd work at all either. I try once in a while because I feel like I should.
If
be
they
able
insist
to.
on it, then you have to.
Well, if they like come for you, you have to like respond. But you don't need to be like, here comes my crowd work part.
Sarah, what do you do for work?
I'm a programmer.
Computer
See?
person.
What did I say? Every fucking comic I started with in San Francisco, same fucking thing.
That's right.
It really is true. So everyone's like a fucking programmer. And you do that, and it's going well.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
What's the most fun thing that you've programmed?
Well, I used to work in neuroscience a lot, so there was people who do brain imaging. I basically just took this.
You're confusing the band.
It was basically just an analysis that had taken forever to run, and I was able to like split it up on a bunch of machines and actually get it to finish. Yeah,
that's great. Also, can I just point out,
that was awesome. Whatever the fuck that was is my new favorite thing. Please, anytime you ever want to. Wow.
Reagan and Watkins.
Okay. I like that. All right. Now that I know that you guys will plug yourselves every time I compliment you, I'll just never do that again.
I mean, but again, for 3 years, 7 months, was it 7 months or 5 sets? You did 5 sets. 5 sets, it's about right. You're a little ahead of things. And for 3 years, you're about in this place you should be. And,
yeah, you're doing great. Also, just the difference it made, like you moving the microphone, because everyone else has had this uncomfortable, I've never done this, like that just, I don't know, to me that
what
was...
What did you drink
And
last?
does everyone notice how she looks clean? That's important.
To be fair, I've been very unclean several times
There
in
you
this
go.
show.
But anyways, yeah.
What,
Try not to look like a fucking mess.
What was your drink of choice last night?
Right?
Last question.
I'm a wine girl. But it's like wine all night. Like
Red wine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mixed it up last night, red and white.
Whoa, mixing it.
All right.
Yikes.
Great. All right.
Sarah,
Thanks
there
for
you go.
coming.
Sarah
That was
Kenny.
great. Thanks.
S. Kenny Comedy on Twitter. One of the few comedians that has a Twitter handle tonight. Very few promoting anything,
I like how
she went out of tune a little bit there at the end.
She really left the microphone.
It was on point.
It was totally perfect.
Totally did.
Perfect.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. This looks like a newer name. Put your hands together for Terrance Rutledge, everyone.
I come from a very Christian family. My family's like the Bible. My dad is like Jesus Christ. I've waited my whole life for him to come back. My uncle's like Satan. He's always trying to get inside me. That rascal. My mom lied to me. She told me I could be anything I wanted to be. I'm 22 years in and I'm still not white. But I feel white because I haven't done a lot of very black guy things. The only black guy thing I ever did was fuck a fat white girl.
Wow, look at that. A head nod at 53 seconds. I'll take it. You've been on this show once before. It was a long time ago, right? About 8, 9, 10 months ago, something like that. 4 months ago.
4 months
How long
ago.
you been on stand-up?
Every night for a year.
Every night for a year.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You're 22?
Yeah.
You are unfucking stoppable.
Yes.
There's nothing that can stop you. You're going to be a fucking monster. Every night for a year. You're 22 right now. You clearly already get it. What a rascal. Didn't get the laugh that it should have. As a tag to your uncle trying to fuck you. Might be one of my favorite tags I've ever heard in my entire life of watching anybody. My uncle's trying to fuck me, saying blah, blah, blah. What a rascal.
I think, listen to what just happened. Every night for a fucking year, pay attention. Every night for a year, and then 22 helps. That's fantastic. Clearly likable, just like, and the jokes are great. He's trying. What more can you ask for? So, doing it, and congratulations. You're doing great.
I love the smile on your face.
Yeah.
You look like your uncle has his dick inside of you right now. The way that you're.
So that's the other thing is that you're so likable. You can say horrible shit.
You can say those
Yeah,
things.
you look like a group leader at like a Christian comedy, like fucking, and you can say horrible shit, and everyone will still like you. So you can tell people to fuck off. You can do anything you want.
And I love the style though that you go like dark and creepy, but then there's like this. Oh, gee, Willikers.
That really works together, you know.
Oh,
like
yeah.
what a rascal with the,
Right.
you know, fucking.
And,
so yeah, good job.
Yeah, with that type of rhythm and mixing that weird, nice guy, humble goofiness with your darkness, I think that's an unbelievable cocktail. I mean, the smile on your face right now is frightening.
Yeah.
I really thought that we were through some of the scariest people we'd have on already tonight, but even the people that are killing are a little bit creepy tonight.
Frozen smile.
Well, and you're always that, like, I've met you before, and you're always very, like, really
The nicest guy in the room.
The nicest guy in the room, absolutely. And I think that even just a little bit more time, like, getting up, you're going to be able to be more comfortable being who you are off stage, on stage, and having that, like, smile and happiness is going to make those jokes hit, like, 100 times harder.
And you stay positive and smiley and nice. How even, you know, I was wondering if Red Band knew you from around here, from like hanging or whatever. But to even hear him say it, me say it, and her say it, and him say it, like this is. But I lived it with Gerard Carmichael. Him and I started together. That's the exact type of formula that he had, was being nice, smiling, being positive. And nobody in the world can say anything bad about Gerard Carmichael because he's built a stellar, squeaky clean reputation. And I feel like you're the type of guy that can pull that shit off.
All right, great job.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was great.
There he goes, Terrance Rutledge. He's on Twitter at Comedy Terrance. I suggest follow him now. That's the type of fun mishmash that this show can be. A couple new timers, then a guy slaying it a year
I
in.
love him.
I know, right?
Great.
I pulled another name out of the bucket. We're setting the record for most people ever up in a Kill Tony
Yes,
tonight.
keep
We are
going.
on pace right now. Put your hands together for Cody Woods, everybody. Come on. Cody Woods.
Cody Woods in the back, come on.
Deep back left.
So I've been trying to eat healthy lately. I went into a Whole Foods. I just realized how impossible it is to eat healthy when you're poor. So I went to go buy bananas at Whole Foods. They're like the NFL wives of fruit. Swear to God, you have to have a shitload of money to get them, and then within 2 weeks they're all bruised up. They're impossible. I'm trying to eat healthy. You notice shit on the food too. Like the food, it says a lot of asterisks on food now, especially the poor people food. It says no GMOs asterisk. How the fuck do you get away with asterisk when it comes to people's health? You know, you can't be on eHarmony or Tinder and you see the profiles like no STDs, asterisk. You gonna fuck them? No, you're not. Am I at a minute? No. I've never done a minute before. Sorry. Let's see. I was gonna insert a small penis joke here, but I'm not sure if you guys are gonna feel it. Is that it? Is that it? I don't know. I've never done a minute. This is weird. I don't know. I don't want to do small dick jokes. I don't want to offend any cops. So I'm just kidding about that. We all know they have small dicks. They try to kill the guys with the big ones. So. Whoa.
What is up with this fucking light, Josh?
Yeah.
I mean, we have a light out. You want to fix it?
No, not right now.
No, it's fine.
Hey,
your first joke, you make a joke about how expensive bananas are, but I think bananas are probably the cheapest thing you could possibly buy in a grocery store.
You underestimate how poor I am, Brian.
And they do get bruised, but who keeps bananas around for a couple weeks? I mean, that's your own fault. What a creep.
I think one banana is usually $1 at a gas station, and that's overpriced by like 30,000.
Brian gets those gas station bananas.
Oh, yeah.
Our senior health food correspondent, Brian Redband.
He's the best.
That's the funniest
I
thing
get my bananas at the gas station like everybody else.
So I'm buying a banana at a gas station.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it was fine. How long you been doing it? Like 4 years?
Almost 10.
10? Oh,
Yeah.
It's, I was trying to be
Thank
nice.
you. I quit.
So too long to be fucking doing this and doing so why hasn't it worked out?
Oh, I just moved to LA. So.
And where from?
San Francisco.
Oh, really?
You did it for 10 years in San Fran.
Did it for 8.
He started with you, Al. You left him behind.
Where does Molly put you up?
Not Molly, Human.
Maybe she would
Tommy
if you didn't chew
T's.
gum on stage.
Tommy T's. Molly does not. You're not a punchline person.
No, I tried. But
Now, couldn't you tell in his 60 seconds he's not a punchline person?
You sort of got it like I'm a big. I hate starting out in LA. It's tough, but obviously a lot of people have done it very successfully. It's much more difficult. But you start out in these other cities, like a AAA, baseball analogy sort of works, and you can start out in San Francisco, but you have to make it through the gatekeepers, and you didn't make it through one of the main gatekeepers, Molly Schmink, who books Cobbs and the Punchline. She books the features and the openers, and you didn't work at either club, and you worked at the Shit Club in the East Bay.
the Improv.
In Sacramento?
San Jose?
Yeah.
Also
that's
shit.
fucking horrible. Somebody just got shot and killed last weekend out in front of the fucking place. So
I'll be there in March.
Promoting those dates.
Seriously, one of the most dangerous clubs you've ever walked to, which is just horrible.
Yeah.
So anyway, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Cody, it seemed like
You're too far in to turn back at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You started panicking 30 seconds in, asking if that was a minute. She said that you've never done a minute before, but you realized that every set you've ever had was at least a minute, right?
Never ended on a minute, I guess.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it's challenging. Fucking a minute. I would.
When you go from like long sets, that makes
I
sense.
guess, yeah. And you're doing really long sets? What's the longest set
Usually.
you've ever done?
15.
Hour 20.
Wow,
Jesus.
an hour 20.
Why?
So you do like road.
I do shitty road shit. I do shitty road. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Tribble
Modesto,
runs, and shit
Tribble,
like
Oklahoma,
that, Beaverville,
Looney Bins.
fucking-
Like, when you
Yeah.
did an hour, 20-minute long set, 30 minutes into your set, were you like, is that an hour 20 yet?
I did it 30 seconds.
Is that an hour 20 yet? Is that an hour 20? How about now? Is that an hour 20? What do you do for work? How do you make money?
I just got a job as a telemarketer. So.
Oh, really? What are you
Yeah.
selling on the phone?
Car warranties.
Wow.
Oh.
Any specific kind
Oh,
of car?
I hate you.
Any type of car, as long as they're old and senile, we'll take advantage of them. I got to make money. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you're in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So you spent a lot of time in San.
Yeah.
Just
There's no
one
doubt about it.
tear.
Hey,
make money
fucking!
somehow.
I hope everyone's looking at this because this could be you. And It's a difficult place to be.
Why did
if you want to talk to me afterwards about how this ends up, I'd be happy to. Because
how does it end up, Al?
Well, a couple things happen. You stay on the road forever, and you just become one of these guys that just fades it, like a feature act and complaining about the business and how you didn't get a fair shake. Or you start writing your ass off. I've seen plenty of fucking bad comics turn into comedy writers. And or you start to transition into something else, like maybe copywriting, working for an advertising firm. You could do that. There's plenty of ways out. But
you chew gum a lot on stage,
No,
Cody?
it's my first
No,
time.
it's your first time in
Yeah,
10
no.
years chewing gum
But
on
he
stage,
just- he-
and you chose to do it on
he got his
a
name
live
called,
podcast.
and he did. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You just throw it in your seat.
Oh,
but
no.
he was
Yeah, I
chewing
didn't think
gum
I'd
in
go
the
Oh, you
back.
gotta get,
Yeah.
Cody.
Just swallow it.
This is the reason why things haven't been doing
Oh
well.
man, he just did.
Oh
it.
my God,
Don't do anything.
See, he doesn't give up, and I appreciate that.
Cody, I like your style.
But you can be determined to make this work. There's 2 books that I really highly recommend to every single person sitting in the room, no matter what you do. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield
Yes.
and Comic Insights by Franklin Ajay. If you're a comedian, get both of those things. War of Art is fantastic. You should pick that up. There's another thing called, he wrote another book called Do the Work, and you can turn this around. You can do whatever you want, but don't be determined. Don't make it your self-fulfilling prophecy to be just like this fucking road guy that's doing Modesto and San Jose Improv and shit like that. Like, you got to break out of that. So you just got to be focused on making this work, because right now you're right. I would have sat at that punchline every single night until I made that work. Don't settle for the fucking mediocrity that can't exist in this business, and try to do something great.
The good news is, Cody, you're one of the funniest school shooters we've ever had on the show. And,
Looked like
Yeah, everyone's 100% creepy, with the exception of, I feel like, our last guy, who was sincerely nice, the kid, smiley kid.
Oh, yeah, the
Terrance,
smiley kid.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty creepy, too, though. That
okay.
smile is
All right, good luck.
That's what he's gonna look like when he fucks her.
There he goes, Cody Woods. He's on Twitter at Cody Woods Comedy. There's only one Cody Woods Comedy on Twitter, and that's him, believe it or not, live in the flesh. I pulled another name out of the bucket. This looks like a new one. Henry Johnson. Henry Johnson. Oh, interesting.
No Henry Johnson.
Bam!
Sorry.
That's what happens. How about Jesse Balalas? Balasis.
Here comes someone.
When I was a kid, there were like 6. Man, shut the fuck up, Pat. While I stumble a little bit, I still got time. Like 60 seconds, dog. All right. It's when I was a fucking kid, right? When I was a kid, we had like 60 kids to a class in like our middle school, you know? And like, this is his teacher. He would try to reveal like how he was one of us to try to calm us down, but he would like reveal weird things about his psyche when he did so. So he would like do this thing. He said this one thing one time where he was like, I love GTA. You guys like GTA? But if you're such a tough guy, why can't you go into people's houses and murder their families? And this one kid raised his hand. He's like, yeah, fool, like, how come? Like, I'm trying to experience some, like, realism in this shit. Like, why can't you go into the ambulances and, like, stab your enemies? Well, that was actually me. I was like, that was me before I turned into a white sellout piece of shit. But, like, that same guy.
It's over.
All right, fuck.
Jesse Velasquez.
What's up, doggy? How was your Valentine's Day, dude?
Jesse Velasquez.
What's up? Yeah,
Now-
you say it wrong the first time, but sometimes you say it right.
This is your second time
was
in,
here
in
last
2
week.
weeks.
That's right.
You were on last week's episode. You
How'd that go?
murdered.
Yeah.
You murdered.
Great.
It's amazing. It's
Good
so good
job.
to see you again, Jesse. Great
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You remind me of like if Jimmy Fallon was actually funny.
Yeah, dude.
Like I really like your style. You've
Yeah.
continuously been funny. I love how you
Thank you.
acknowledge Pat, made it your own, made yourself
Yeah, because
cozy.
he's hella dumb.
You seem you're so
Yeah.
you're so
Now,
comfortable.
Jesse.
And he
Whoa.
like has to stop.
Man, I knew I liked this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell right away. Confidence. And,
Yep.
Yeah,
it's
like-
great. How long you been doing it?
I don't know.
That's what he said last week, by the way. I tried to get it out of him last week. He refused to
seriously, just tell
answer.
us. It all blends together. It doesn't look-
like 5 years.
All right, yeah.
Well, I quit. I quit all the time because I'm like I hate everybody.
Yes. Yeah. I'm thinking about quitting myself. Yeah, just keep at it. I mean, how often do you get up?
I don't know, like 3 times a night if I have to.
Oh,
I try to get up as much as I can. I even took like 2 shifts off of my job selling drugs and stealing shit. Just so I could go and do some more comedy and whatnot. How was you guys' Valentine? How was your Valentine's Day?
All right, nothing needs to be said. He's fine. You're fine.
Great,
Go
you're
away.
great, yeah.
Get out of here.
You're
See you later.
unstoppable,
Get the fuck out of
Jesse.
here.
All right, so but like can I get a spot at a show or something?
Would you like to do Ice House Friday?
Well, you guys are going to Seattle, right? You guys are going to Seattle?
Wait for it.
Ice House Friday.
Put him up.
10 p.m.
There you go. You get what you want in this fucking town sometimes.
No, seriously.
Jesse Velasquez. Am I
Jesse,
saying that right?
Seriously, Jesse.
I actually got a tweet about you today from people.
Jesse.
Being happy about last
You
week.
can anytime.
What's
I
up?
mean, you can open for me anytime you want.
Yeah, let's
There
do
you
it.
go. All right.
When's the next time I can do it? Say it in front of these people.
Look at
Say it in front of these people so that you have to do it.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
When am I gonna do it? Tell these people.
San Diego. I think I'm booking something. So you could
Give them a date.
Give
Great.
I'm not fucking around. I'm trying to be famous and shit.
This is the kind of persistence.
No, I don't say that lightly. I hate most comics. So, yeah, go please. We'll figure it out. Brian will has your information, and we'll figure it out.
All right. You got my. You can DM me on my Twitter.
Okay, he's gonna book you, Jesse. He's gonna book you. Jesus. Jesse Velasquez is murdering Kill Tony 2 weeks in a row. He's on Twitter at CuteBB Apple Pie. CuteBB Apple Pie is his Twitter handle.
Those are two quality comics.
Yeah. And
some more coming. Who else we got?
Yeah, pull one.
Yay.
You want it? You got it. Al's hand in the bucket.
Isaac Hirsch.
Isaac Hirsch. Here we go.
I take the bus a lot. I keep seeing this ad on the bus. It's an ad for an app like Grubhub. It says, you'd use an app to find a date, but not an app to find a sandwich? Explain. First of all, I don't have to explain myself to you. You're an ad on a bus. I'm a grown man. I don't have to explain myself to anybody but my parents because I live with them. Secondly, it's very simple. I can eat any sandwich I want. I can look at a sandwich and be like, yeah, I'll have that sandwich. And then I get to eat that sandwich. It's not like there's a very limited number of sandwiches willing to be eaten by me that I have to use the internet to find. That's the difference between sandwiches and dating, you guys. I've never ordered a sandwich that's been like, hey, this cheesesteak knows you live with your parents. It's going to pass. Maybe aim a little lower, go for a bologna sandwich. I've also never ordered a sandwich that's been like, surprise, this sandwich has kids. Didn't list them on the menu, but now you got to eat the kids.
Oh my God!
Thunder and lightning.
Have you
Thunder
seen him before?
and lightning. Have you been on the show before? Never. First time. Look at you.
Wait,
Wow.
Of course you love him because he's you.
Yeah. Absolutely. All day.
Oh my God! Sit down, Jesse. You're gonna fucking.
Jesse's dabbing over there, still celebrating his set from 5 minutes ago. He's doing the whip and the nay-nay.
Yeah.
Settle down, Jesse. My
Jesse
goodness.
He's gonna dance himself out of a paid gig. And, that was great. How long?
4.5 or so. 4.5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I just moved here last week.
From where?
DC.
Oh.
Oh,
great.
DC makes great comics.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Everyone
good
knows
city.
about
It's
it.
on the come up, guys.
It's a great
I've
scene.
heard quite a lot about DC
So
comics.
Allison Jaffe is to you get up there at the DC
Here and there.
She's
here
tough,
and there.
though.
She's it's tough to get in there. I shouldn't badmouth them. They're
No, no,
great.
it
They're
doesn't
great.
matter.
It's a great club. But
Of course. It's just
Hampton
hard
Yount,
for.
came from there.
Oh, yeah.
Aparna, I think, was there.
they're at least a generation before me.
Dude,
Probably
you're
two.
definitely one of the funniest 7th grade chess champions that we've had on the show. There's no question about that.
I get Paul from the Wonder Years a lot. That's the one I get.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of unfunny hacks you hang around with.
Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, Wonder Years reference, not quite topical, you know what I mean? Did anybody ever tell you that you look like the lead singer from the B-52s?
Fred Schneider? Oh, that's a great. I'd love to be Fred Schneider. Are you kidding?
I bet you would.
I'd give up.
So, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Wow. And your parents live here in L.A.?
No, I just need to update the joke.
Oh,
it was true as of 2 weeks ago.
What's your situation
You just
now?
moved here 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Can you answer in a
incredible.
Fred Schneider voice?
Yeah, Love Shack.
Okay.
I don't do impressions. There's a reason.
Isaac, so this is your first time, the last couple weeks has been your first time in your life not living with your parents.
Yes, that's true.
Tell us about it. What's going on? How many times a day are you jerking off? What's
I thought there.
Yeah, I want to know.
I thought there'd be
we
more
wanna
sex. There hasn't been. I don't know. I live in South Central, and
What?
I didn't know exactly what I was. I didn't know what I was signing up for exactly, but you know, it's an okay.
You get raped yet?
If you go out in the daytime, it's fine. You know, it's a nice neighborhood on the whole.
Wow.
How much you live by yourself?
I live with 2 other guys. They're cool.
Where'd you meet them?
Are they gangsters? Please tell me they're gangsters.
Yeah, no. One's from Baltimore, and I knew him, and the other I didn't know at all. But
Sitcom.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Two guys on a two guys.
Craigslist ad, just 2 humongous black guys.
I'm Malcolm. This is X. What's up, Spangler? Let's do this shit. Isaac, so what's happening? What do you have? This is it. It's the Isaac Show on NBC. What happens when Isaac moves in with 2 thugs in South Central?
Suck that dick, motherfucker! Suck that dick, say that dick, bitch!
Oh no!
Oh, mister, this is nothing like living with my parents. Oh my God, there's a black dick everywhere. There's so much black dick. I'm just an innocent little Jewish boy. Now my life has changed forever.
I'm not.
I thought they was in South Central Beverly Hills.
I really would watch that. It would be such a great show. Let's make it.
It would be great, yeah.
Tony, will you put on his glasses just for a
No,
moment?
stop it, Jeremiah. You guys do not get to.
Stand next
you guys
to him.
are band people, not producers. Okay? You want to pinch ideas? We do that in between the week. There's no glasses exchange, you animals. Thank you,
Come on,
John.
Tony.
All right,
Tony, come on, Tony. Come on, Tony.
Yeah.
And stand
You
next
guys
to him.
ready for this?
Extend your
I love that. Isaac just got his own show, and I got recast as the lead. That's how fat. That's what this town will do to you, Isaac.
Keep it going for Isaac Hirsch,
There he
everybody!
goes, I.B. Hirsch.
Welcome to Los Angeles!
He's on Twitter at I.B. Hirsch. You saw him here first. Isaac Hirsch.
Not just a
band.
fresh in LA.
Fun fucking show we're having tonight. We're blasting through it. I like this magical fast approach. It's like a Chip Kelly offense coming to San Fran.
Yeah.
That's what this is like.
Chit chat. Let's fucking get
Pulled
people
another
moving.
name out. Shawn Williams, everybody. Here we fucking go.
Wow. Back-to-back dorks.
Shawn Hirsch. Shawn Williams. Shawn Williams.
I'm trying to get famous. I want to make a video about bacteria that goes viral. But if that doesn't work, I'm investing. I invest for my future. I invested in Depends. But the return was shit. So now I keep things liquid. From Vermont, it's a small town in Vermont. There's a burgeoning street art scene, though. There's a lot of stickers that say "fuck yoga" everywhere. But they confused me for a while, so I'd look at them looking for like a date and a time. Like, fuck yoga, where's that? Where do I say? It's definitely not here. So I'm doing.
That's it.
That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Shawn Williams.
Best advice I ever got right away. I think. Does everybody know Robert Hawkins, the comedian Robert Hawkins? He's a great comic. You should find him. I think he's got 2 or 3 albums out.
Stephen Hawking?
No, Robert Hawkins.
No,
wrong
guy.
And he said, start with your best joke, end with your second best joke. And so maybe you should think about that. And then never wear shorts again.
I second that.
That's good advice for everybody.
Absolutely. But he looks like a dad in an Old Navy catalog.
If you were doing jokes like that,
the roast master Jeremiah Watkins over there.
Savage.
That's what happens when nice guys try to be.
Yeah. Nice roast.
Just blow it into the sacks next time.
It's a good point though, because I wanted you to be like a dad character when you came up like that, because I was like, that will at least rationalize the choice. But
What was that act out you did after you told the Depends joke and then you like cranked the poop around in your diaper?
Yeah, that was tight.
I like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love how you're looking at me while they're talking, and you must be really psyched out. Like, wow, Tony doesn't really move his mouth.
I think everybody had such high hopes when you walked up on stage.
Yeah, because you look funny. I mean,
you look funny.
Yeah,
you could
clearly
pull this off.
You know,
you look comfortable.
Do you think that he got buried with the dork comment though?
Yeah,
no,
that was.
I don't think so. I think he was
No,
already buried.
didn't matter.
I think he got. I'm just saying. Like, I think Isaac Hirsch was a much better young Bernie Sanders than you are. I do admire that you're one of the only human beings that gets your haircut at the Oompa Loompa section of the chocolate factory.
He doesn't like chocolate. He likes Laffy Taffy. That's where he gets all his jokes.
Whoa, Brian with a.
All right,
I don't know. He's our senior health food correspondent, so he knows about candy.
How long? No, how long? We have to put this in perspective. So, how long have you been doing this?
About 4 years.
Where have you been doing it at?
Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont.
How long have you been out here? He said that. He said it.
Okay.
And Berlin, Germany. I've been here.
Berlin, Germany.
Somebody say some
Berlin has a great comedy scene. I don't have anything to follow that up with.
You're very funny
and
people
what was
in
the other
Berlin.
question?
Yes.
I should have went with those jokes. Yeah.
How long have you been out here?
Your Berlin jokes?
4 days.
4 days.
And I will not be staying. So.
What are you good at? It seems like
Are you still experiencing the thing when you fly and you're tired for days after?
Also jet lag.
Jet lag. Are you still experiencing the jet lag? What's going on with
Germans
that?
don't have jet lag? They're perfect.
Yeah.
Shawn, you look like you could be a billionaire. What's your story? Why are you doing stand-up comedy? You seem a lot smarter than.
I don't know. I went from dork to billionaire. I'm really confused.
Dorks usually become billionaires.
No,
billionaires could be dorks.
It's Bill Gates in the 70s.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shawn, you look like you could make quite a splash in Silicon Valley.
Oh, the German.
What, you guys want me to switch accents?
Yeah. No, we don't.
I'll tough guy this shit. I'll tough guy this shit.
What is going on over there, Pat?
All right.
No, just explain yourself. What do you do?
What do I do for a living?
Multiplied over
Hey,
this
Jeremiah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you two are really misbehaving over there.
Yeah. We're bad boys. I'm starting with such nice boys. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go unplug it.
This might be my favorite episode of this show of all time.
Yeah, fun dad.
Swipe. Oh, he will wear shorts, dude. He will do anything to get this crowd to like him right now. You will
Honestly,
sell
that's
your
what he should have
fucking
done for
soul.
a minute.
I'm an entertainer. No.
What are you good at,
Hacky
Shawn?
sack.
Yeah, what do you do for a living?
Shawn, what are you good at? What's like your thing? Like, you look like you'd be good at something.
Well, actually, I'm bilingual, so I can also.
Just answer the
He meant seeing your joke.
All right,
if I wanted to hear somebody bomb with an accent, I'd let Pat keep talking. What's the matter? You do not like my German accent that you've heard 1,000 times before?
I carve stone for a living.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
You do?
What does that mean?
It means I carve things out of stone for a living.
Yeah. Well, like what kind of things?
Not
whatever
new jokes.
Whatever you want. I don't know.
Small, big.
Both. Yeah.
You're a sculptor.
Yeah.
Could you make a bowl of oatmeal out of stone?
Could you make a new band out of stone?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
And how long have you been doing that?
Much longer. 8 years. 8 years.
8 generations.
And you
in
make
my
a living
family.
doing that?
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have an Instagram that features your stonework?
I do. Yeah.
Plug that.
I actually want to know the answer to one of Pat Reagan's questions. Can you make a bowl of oatmeal out of stone?
You could.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you should make us one for this show. A bowl of oatmeal made of stone to make up for what you did here tonight. Oh.
Are your parents wealthy?
No.
Impressive.
No. Yeah.
You sell, how much do you sell a piece for if like it's a decent size?
Last piece I sold was for $2,500. It was about the size of a football. It's a little baby
How much
lamb.
for a life-size sculpture of Tony?
Good question.
Does that go against your like artistic integrity?
No, I would say.
I'm already stoned to the gills right now, so I don't know what you could possibly do with me.
I don't know, 90 grand, 90.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's great.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
What is the most expensive piece you've ever sold?
40 grand. Yeah.
What was it? What was it?
It was a big bear. It was a giant bear.
Was that out of marble or like what specific?
Granite. I'm from a granite.
That beats
working. Granite. You do a granite.
You sold a $40,000 bear made of stone?
Was it?
Whoa.
Where do you get a piece of granite that big?
It was from Brazil, actually. It was from Brazil.
I knew it.
Yeah.
The Brazilian granite is the finest granite.
Shawn, it was very nice. Congratulations on your stonework.
Thank
Are
you very
Jewish?
much. No. Well, no.
Whoa.
Not technically.
Honestly, I think if you
Are you just
embrace
saying
the
that 'cause you're afraid
Vermont
of
of it all, and that's what your set was about, and you maybe started with the fuck yoga, is not the best fucking joke, but you're in the right area. You could do very well at this. So
All right,
keep it
thank
up, and congratulations on your success with the stonework.
Thank you
There
very
he goes,
much.
Shawn Williams. There he goes. He's on Twitter at Krieger, K-R-I-E-G-R. Very nice, short,
What is
simple
the,
Twitter handle.
what is the
Krieger,
Twitter handle?
K-R-I-E-G-R. Krieger.
Krieger, if you want some stonework.
Also, I want to hear.
It's Krieger.
It's Blitzkrieger.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Thank you.
Set him up, knock him down. The old German duo once in a while of Reagan and Watkins.
Also, he should talk about the stone stuff, right? If he's gonna write jokes about that.
How many
I think it's
people relate to
different. No.
Why are you trying to help?
Hey,
Because I have a soul.
Am I the only person here in the stonework, huh? You guys want to hear some of this new stonework material?
I think that's hilarious.
Have you ever been chiseling away at a rock and been like, man, this is nothing like the $40,000 bear that I sold?
Honestly, I think it would work with his outfit.
Turquoise. Do you have time for one more?
Let's go to the bucket after we hit up our 2 regulars. Every single week we have 2 regulars that write and perform a brand new minute, and then we're going to go back to the bucket for one more fast one. Or we could save that one.
We'll save that one.
Going up first tonight, you know her as a regular here on Kill Tony. She writes and performs a new minute every single week. Sometimes she's extra nervous. Sometimes she apologizes. We're trying to break her of these horrible, horrible habits. So I'm sure they're definitely not going to happen here tonight. Put your hands together for Melissa Esslinger, everybody.
So I've been in LA now for about 9.5 parking tickets. It's expensive here. Speaking of expensive, I recently tried cocaine. What? I thought it was gonna make me like super hyper and creative, but it just made me normal. Like I started adulting for like 4 hours. I started doing my taxes. I bought life insurance, balanced my checkbook. I don't even have a checkbook, so I don't know. But I guess that's the difference between like being an adult and a kid is money. Like getting a grip on that. So like I don't want to grow up, so I guess I shouldn't do cocaine. I don't know. That's not funny. That's just a thing. All right, cool. Was that?
There you go, 50 seconds of thunder. New Melissa Esslinger material. How's it going, Melissa?
Good.
No apologies during that? No ums?
It's the cocaine, right? You're really doing cocaine, right?
No.
Melissa, you're grounded.
Yeah, you're in big trouble for doing
Did you
cocaine.
try cocaine?
Did you
Yeah.
do this?
Try cocaine?
It was several months ago, but yeah.
Nice.
Jeez Louise. I never took you as the cocaine type. I figured you're more of like the eat Elmer's glue type or something like that. Like, I picture you like eating crayons and like
I thought it would be
misbehaving.
more like that.
Don't eat the Play-Doh, Melissa.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, that was one of your best sets probably in the last couple weeks.
Love the
Definitely.
opener. Absolutely. You're right in with a joke before we even know it. You know what I mean? I've been in LA for 9.5 parking tickets. That's great.
That's
You know,
great.
I'd extend on that maybe since you're already there. You know, figure out a joke about parking tickets so you can stay in that pocket a little bit longer and then get out of it a little bit more cleanly than just switching
Yeah.
to another one-liner, switching directions.
And
But
I wanted to tie it back to parking tickets at the end, but I forgot at the end, so.
there you go.
Yeah.
Melissa Esslinger, a brand new minute from Melissa Esslinger. She's on Twitter, Melissa Esslinger. That's Melissa Esslinger. Anything else for Melissa, guys? She writes and performs a brand new minute every single week.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you really want you want me to be nice? Or you want the truth?
Give me the truth.
If you knew you were doing the fucking minute, it could have been a lot better.
Okay.
It really could have. Yeah, it really could have. Like, because I felt like you could have. You had some decent premises there, and like Tony said, you could have been all about the parking ticket. You see
Mhm.
what Hirsch did with the sandwiches thing, and so you might as well just stick with something.
Yeah.
And not try to bounce it. Don't even do it.
Jeremiah loading up a
Yeah, don't feel
blowhorn
like you
over
have
there.
to like.
Yeah,
That's totally.
just-
I don't feel like you have to shove a lot of things in. Like you have to force a minute. Like if you have a lot of
Yeah.
ideas, you don't have to force it into this minute here.
And the cocaine
Yeah.
prep, like you actually, I love the fact that you actually tried it.
Yeah.
But
and
it is not-
I'm a little concerned. Who, do you do it with people here?
No, I don't do it. I just tried it.
You tried it, but
Yeah.
just watch out. if
Yeah.
you
Talk
fucking-
more or
Yeah,
less.
don't. Yeah,
No,
just
less.
be careful with that.
When
was calm.
when I first started
Want some
doing
cocaine?
comedy, my uncle Skip Tarantino grabbed me, and I was like four weeks in, and he goes, "Watch out for the nightlife, baby." And
Skip Tarantino.
everybody watch
for-
out for the nightlife. You get free booze everywhere you go, and there's lots of drugs around. Don't become an asshole.
It's
so
true.
It's going to fuck up your work, so there's no need to hang out too much. If you're young, how old are you?
25.
Oh, yeah. do
And that
some
thing,
cocaine.
that thing that you're hitting
but-
right now.
No, it's just you can, but just don't let it take over your entire fucking life. And
Yeah.
so, just try everything if you can, but don't get obsessed with it. That's why I get worried about young comics hanging
Yeah.
out here too much or hanging out anywhere. Just do your work, and it seems like if you knew you were going to do your minute, like when you come back next week.
Yeah. No, and by
Yeah.
the way, and this is exactly what was on par for our last two regulars that were on the show for a year and a half before moving on to, the original room and things like that. They had this phase, and they had this I'm sorry phase, and they went through these things, and then this is sort of like the sophomore part where they ended up finding out that they should expand on their ideas instead of just hitting a one-liner about parking tickets and then going into cocaine and then going into something else. It's like you can extend on these things, and by the end of their sets, they were covering a topic a minute, a new week, it's a new
Yeah,
topic.
I could never do this.
Weinshank would come in and talk about kitchen drawers, and then the next week it would be ketchup, you know what I mean, instead of blah, blah, blah,
So try
blah,
that
blah.
next time. Just try to have it be one thing and see what's
Yeah.
doing.
Extend it
There's
out.
plenty of time. Yeah. You can-
Melissa, don't listen to them. Keep
Oh.
doing cocaine.
Oh.
Show up to Kill Tony every Monday. Freestyle it. You're
No.
wonderful.
All right, but
This is a great opportunity. It's a great writing exercise, and also just to tag on what he said. Like, don't hang out at the place you're at. Like, don't hang out at one place too
Yeah.
much at all at this point.
I
Like,
started, because I moved to LA and then started comedy a week later, so all of my social activities became comedy. But I recently started hanging out at different places.
yeah, have normal friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do
Come
normal.
visit
No offense.
Do
I love all
cocaine
my
with normal
Canadian
people
friends.
also is a very important note.
And there she goes, Melissa
Thank
Esslinger
you.
with another new minute.
That was good though. I can see why you picked her.
What?
I can see why you picked her.
Oh, yeah. She's a grower. Our other regular, a new favorite here on Kill Tony, our newest regular. Put your hands together for her, everybody. It's Vanessa Johnston.
Hi guys. Happy Black History Month from a white person. There are perks of being white. We have a great memory. We will never forget the Holocaust. We will never forget the Titanic, but we will always forget slavery, even if there is a whole month dedicated to it. Fucking stupid. A lot of white people now have white guilt, which is so typical for white people. They always have to own something. And if it isn't going to be people, it's going to be emotions. White guilt for whites only. I really admire other ethnicities because they have a great sense of community. Like white people, we don't have a sense of community, and that's because we're too busy destroying everyone else's.
I like where you got there towards the end, with the white guilt stuff. Fuck yeah, Vanessa Johnson, everybody. There you go.
I see what you were saying. Like the first joke, I see what you were going for. I think you need to rewrite it and explain it better. But I understand where you're going.
You got to go in nice and soft so that people don't think you're like
I'm like a racist.
Yeah.
No, I know.
In the universe at the very
Everybody wants to. I'm not sure if you've experienced this, but from the moment you set foot on stage, everybody sort of wants to hate you. I got
Here,
that.
I think
I didn't want to hate, so it's all out. In fact, I think I heard the word
Holocaust. You get that?
I think
it's challenging for you.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
No, you don't care.
I don't really think about it.
All right. And how's it been going?
It's good.
Really good.
All right.
Yeah. It's
I haven't seen
funny
you.
because that first joke, I called my friends who were black. I'm like, is this racist? Because it's worked in all black rooms that know me, and so they know I'm not a racist.
It just needs to be
But I feel like it comes off racist in the beginning.
Well,
who's this like white supremacist bitch?
We always forget about slavery. Like it's a little bit harsh.
Yeah. But you need to explain that
right
first.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a better explanation before you say that.
A better setup.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I understand the joke.
You just have to remember that you have to win people over. And Al's absolutely
Immediately.
right. I mean, you're coming in, like Jennifer Lawrence from Hunger Games, and like everybody's trying to kill you, and you have to.
It's it's not
outlast
even.
them.
Can I just say it's not even that people necessarily want to hate you. That is a note that I think like really pretty women get, but like. There unfortunately there is a stigma that like, oh, if you're pretty you can't be funny. So when you get on stage, people are like immediately like, ugh, she's not gonna be funny. So I think you have to come out with something and immediately like hit them very hard.
Were you in the back of the room when I said the Robert Hawkins thing? Start with your
I don't
best
think
joke.
so.
Oh, start with your best joke.
Mm-hmm.
And end with your second best joke.
Like, because then you're telling them
right
it's
out of
almost
the
like
gates.
it's like
And
fuck you. Yeah.
Don't try to. It changed for me when I stopped really trying to please the audience. You seemed like you're sort of there already, but just walking up. The first guy, remember the guy that hadn't done stand-up before, and it was his first set when he came like running on stage.
Divorce guy,
like,
same note.
Hey everybody, and really was trying to. Don't do that.
And also,
Welcome.
you don't have to. I noticed that when a lot of people are starting out, including myself, I would always do this thing where I would try to segue in smoother than I needed to. So, for example, if I had a joke about slavery, I'd go, "It's Black History Month, everybody," and then you're stuck with that and that momentum instead of just going slavery. Boom.
Just
and
going
you're
straight
in.
to the joke instead of trying to force.
'Cause you don't need to go Happy Black
second.
History Month, and I get it because I was guilty of it. So many extra words.
So you're
in
lucky
order
that
to-
this is a podcast and you actually can listen back to this.
Right.
But if I record and have recorded every single one of my sets ever, and I listen back, and you can tell right away where something works. You're going to trim out all the extra parts, just get right to the parts that get laughs. What are you going to say, asshole?
I was going to say, I record on my breakfast. I like to record myself eating breakfast, and I like the next day to listen and go over how I ate breakfast, and did I do the toast right? Also,
You should try recording your sets. Pat.
There you go. Vanessa, so fun. Another new
Thank
minute.
you.
Brand new minute every single week from Vanessa Johnston. She's on Twitter and Instagram at Vanessa Johnston.
I love that those pants became acceptable to wear.
We got through it tonight, everybody. Jessica Michelle Singleton, you have a new
Hi.
album on iTunes.
I do. It's called Please Don't Leave Me.
Please don't leave me.
You
Al
just
Madrigal. Al, you are my favorite correspondent on The Daily Show on everything. You're a hero for being with me here tonight. I absolutely love
Sure.
you. What else, Al? All Things Comedy, Al Madrigal.
All Things Comedy.
You have a new opener?
The other stuff. I got.
Yeah, your new opener.
I don't know about that. We'll figure that out.
You guys want to do 30 seconds of fury from one last person out of the bucket?
Yeah!
A super 30 second set. You want to do that guy or pull a new one?
You
Dude,
pull a new one.
Pull a new one, Tony.
Pull a new one. Special 30-second thunder set. by
Closer.
Bo Laughman, everybody. Bo Laughman. Stop it. Stop. I don't see Bo Laughman, so we're going to go with this other guy, Alec Hall, everybody. Alec Hall. Okay, nobody there. 30 seconds of thunder from Taylor Rizzo. Taylor Rizzo.
Is that him?
30 Here he comes. 30 seconds, Taylor.
What's up, guys? I
Don't have enough time to say what's up.
Okay. Fuck you guys. I told this guy to suck my dick today, which is weird. I realized that anytime I tell somebody to suck my dick, it's always someone that I would never want to suck my dick. And anytime there is somebody that I want to suck my dick, I'm always way more polite about it. Would you please put your mouth on it? It's like you gotta ease them in, you know? Alright, I don't know if that's
This 30-second thing was my worst idea ever.
Even walk away.
Even I have bad ideas once in a while. That was a bad one.
Yeah, that was definitely a bad idea.
Nice to see you again, though, Taylor.
Wonderful.
You made history with the first ever 30-second spot on Kill Tony. There goes Taylor Rizzo, everybody. This was Kill Tony live, guys. We did it again. Come see us all do stand-up in the original room after this in a little bit. That'll be fun.
Yay!
Ryan J. Belt's drawing, everybody. Look at that. Look at you, and look at Jessica Michelle
I do
Singleton.
look like I have Down syndrome.
Jessica, one last time. What's the name of your album?
Please Don't Leave Me.
Please Don't Leave Me by Jessica Michelle Singleton. It's #1 on iTunes. Buy it. Have fun. Love you guys. Thank you. Al Madrigal, Jeremiah, Pat Reagan, Reagan Watkins, Patty Reagan, Jeremiah Watkins, Vanessa Johnstu, Josh Martin,
Jeremiah
Jamie
stand
Burnett,
up.
RyanJEbelt.com. Bye.
Take a step that is new. Take a step that is new. We have a lovable space that needs your face. You'll see the love.